Hello, everyone! Welcome to Inspire Reads, where we open the door to personal development through valuable books. Today, I'm excited to share with you an incredibly useful book on critical thinking. Critical Thinking: Tools for Taking Charge of Your Professional and Personal Life by Richard and Linda Elder. Hi, I'm Zoe. Don't forget to follow the great books in the description. In today's educational landscape, the emphasis is often on memorization rather than fostering critical thinking skills. This is concerning because our thoughts shape our experiences and decisions more than our actions or feelings do. In a world that bombards us with information, lacking critical thinking skills can leave us feeling lost, much like aimless buoys drifting in an endless ocean. Critical thinking is not just a skill. It is a necessary tool that helps us analyze situations, solve problems, and find direction in life. Today, we'll explore how critical thinking can significantly transform your life. Critical thinking is crucial for personal growth and enhancing the quality of life. Although its importance is becoming more recognized in Vietnam, many still harbor misconceptions about what it truly entails. Some people mistakenly view critical thinking as merely questioning others or finding flaws in arguments. This narrow perspective, which focuses primarily on debate, overlooks the essence of critical thinking, its ability to improve the way we analyze and approach problems. In today's discussion, we will delve into the real value of critical thinking and explore practical ways to refine your thinking process. This book, co-authored by Richard Elder, a renowned expert in critical thinking, and Linda Elder, a leading educational psychologist, offers a comprehensive guide to mastering critical thinking. Richard is the founder of the Critical Thinking Organization and has authored 9 books and over 200 articles in prestigious journals. Linda, serving as the president of the same organization, has developed a unique theory on the developmental stages of critical thinking. Together, their extensive research and practical experience provide a systematic approach to enhancing the quality of thinking, self-awareness, understanding others, and gaining deeper insights into the world around us. Today, we will focus on 4 key areas to enhance your critical thinking. First, we will clarify the true nature of critical thinking. Next, we will examine why developing critical thinking is essential and the benefits it brings. Then we will explore how to shift our perceptions to promote effective critical thinking. Finally, we will understand the standards for asking questions and presenting critical viewpoints most effectively. Critical thinking is not about questioning everything blindly. It involves recognizing how our biases and cultural backgrounds shape our views. For instance, someone from Hanoi might genuinely believe that their city's bun cha is the best, or feel frustrated when others underestimate their hometown. Influences such as beliefs and environmental factors can distort our perceptions, hindering fairness in our thinking. To genuinely enhance critical thinking, we must challenge our own assumptions instead of merely opposing others' opinions. This self-awareness is the first step toward broadening our perspectives and honing our thinking skills. In debate, competitions, or meetings, critique is often understood as presenting opposing opinions. However, to truly be effective, critical thinking must prioritize self-criticism first. To offer clear, accurate, and reasonable critiques, you need to develop the ability to self-evaluate before reaching conclusions. Let critical thinking begin with yourself. Only then can you create sharp and valuable critiques. Before presenting an opposing viewpoint, it's vital to assess basic factors: the fairness of your thinking, the soundness of your logic, and the validity of your perspective. Critical thinking is a skill that empowers you to question precisely and substantively in any situation. It represents the highest level of thinking you can achieve. The authors analyze human thinking at 3 different levels. To truly understand critical thinking, you need to recognize and evaluate your thought processes at these 3 levels. The first level is low-level thinking. This is characterized by a lack of self-examination and self-reflection. Individuals at this level often perceive no issue with their way of thinking and rely primarily on intuition. For example, believing that as a parent, I have the right to scold my child when they don't listen, or making snap judgments about others based solely on appearances, indicates low-level thinking. Unfortunately, many people frequently operate at this level. The second level of thinking demonstrates selective introspection. Here, individuals may possess a high level of knowledge, but lack fairness and reasonableness in their judgments. They tend to close their eyes to other viewpoints, evaluating others solely based on their standards. These individuals often focus on assessing the logic and reasonableness of others' viewpoints without considering the diversity of thought that exists. When practicing critical thinking, many focus on proving themselves right rather than genuinely reflecting on their perspectives. To elevate your thinking, it's essential to openly acknowledge and correct your mistakes, even in front of others. A notable example is Inamari Kasuwa, who operates his business with complete transparency. Everything from finances to planning is clear, exemplifying high-level critical thinking that promotes fairness and effective critique. This book emphasizes a crucial point. True critical thinking is achieved when you maintain fairness in your thoughts. When your thinking lacks fairness, you risk falling into 2 extreme states. First, you might become entirely dependent on others' viewpoints, losing your independent thought. Second, you may become overly focused on personal gain, manipulating and controlling others, which impedes effective collaboration and problem-solving. The book guides you on how to maintain balance and fairness in your thinking, opening the path to achieving valuable results and resolving problems effectively. To maintain fairness in thinking, you need to elevate your thought processes to the highest level. This requires developing deep introspection, being willing to recognize and admit your mistakes, and remaining open to criticism in a transparent manner. Critical thinking is essential for overcoming rigid thought patterns and enhancing creativity and analytical skills. It helps you resist blind conformity to public opinion and serves as a foundation for exploration in science, as well as for critiquing political systems. Developing critical thinking is not merely about solving problems. It addresses significant issues and represents an internal goal. This book aims to illuminate the irrationalities in your thinking and guide you toward achieving optimal critical thinking, ultimately enabling true personal development. In life, we often find ourselves trapped by 2 major irrationalities. Firstly, many individuals remain self-centered in their thinking, having been accustomed to viewing everything through a personal lens for years. Imagine the possibility of transcending your ego to reach an ultimate state of intellectual freedom, similar to the great thinkers like Buddha or Confucius. This represents the pinnacle of critical thinking, where you are no longer bound by personal interests and experience less suffering. The book emphasizes that any negative emotions you experience stem from your thinking. Recognizing this can lead to a noticeable transformation in your life. Consider facing imminent death with the prospect of drinking poison and feeling the inevitable suffering. Many would think that enduring such extreme pain is unavoidable. However, astonishingly, a man in this scenario remains smiling. Even when given a chance to be saved, he chooses death to uphold the law. He is determined to sacrifice himself for justice, refusing to let suffering alter his decision. This exemplifies the power of transcending personal ego to achieve the highest form of fairness. In life, although we are inevitably self-centered, each step toward reducing that ego can lead to greater happiness. A vital concept to consider is the rationalization of actions for personal gain. We often find it easy to excuse our behaviors, such as justifying unnecessary spending due to personal reasons, like a sick child or financial difficulties. The author categorizes people who pursue personal ego into two types: those who succeed due to it and those who fail because of excessive self-focus. Describing the self-centered individuals who often fail is intriguing. These people focus intensely on protecting their interests, avoiding any form of loss or disadvantage. They meticulously calculate every penny in their decisions, often hesitating to expand their businesses. At the same time, they frequently feel undervalued, always viewing themselves as victims of fate and constantly blaming external circumstances. Complaints and grievances become an integral part of their lives. Those who perceive themselves as the center of success often exploit their arrogance for personal gain, whether they are leaders, wealthy individuals, or celebrities. They justify their mindset by claiming that life is harsh, believing that only the strong survive and that fairness is irrelevant. Living solely for themselves, they may engage in charity when they need others, but are primarily motivated by self-interest, enhancing their wealth and power. While they may achieve success through this survival of the fittest mentality, it is ultimately unsustainable. They will inevitably encounter someone stronger. Self-centered individuals often exhibit two distinct traits in their professional and personal lives. In modern society, respect is often granted to the wealthy and powerful, while those who are less fortunate face condescension. This dynamic is evident in department heads who flatter their superiors while blaming others for failures, showcasing a lack of critical thinking. Many thrive in environments marked by dominance and bullying, leading to a loss of fairness and ultimately a life filled with suffering. The second form of irrationality related to personal ego is social-centric egotism, a subtle yet profound issue that often goes unnoticed. We tend to perceive people from our own culture as fundamentally different from those in other cultures, like Vietnamese versus Americans or Asians versus Africans. This mindset fosters pride in our own culture and reinforces our trust in the values we were raised with. Consider a shocking case from Jordan. A woman was murdered by her family after her second husband publicly shamed her for her beliefs. This tragic story illustrates how deeply societal and cultural pressures can shape our thoughts and actions, often blinding us to injustices. Today's book will help you recognize these biases and adopt a more balanced perspective in life. As social-centric egotism grows, it can lead to serious issues like slavery, genocide, and violence, even in seemingly safe environments. If you think you are unbiased and always listening responsibly, it's worth reevaluating your mindset. You might still be following cultural norms unconsciously, which influences your relationships and decision-making. Surprisingly, even those with advanced education often lack essential critical thinking skills due to the absence of self-reflection. This observation highlights the importance of acknowledging our irrational thoughts as a step toward improvement. It is vital to remember that just because someone has a higher education level does not mean they possess better critical thinking abilities. To enhance your thinking and cultivate effective critical thinking skills, focus on 7 key traits identified in the book. The first is humble awareness. Understand your limitations and embrace lifelong learning. Avoid complacency and strive to continuously improve your knowledge and skills. The second is cognitive courage. Be willing to question your beliefs and acknowledge the possibility of being wrong. This trait empowers you to explore different perspectives without fear. The third is perspective shifting. Apply consistent standards to evaluate both your own opinions and those of others. This trait allows you to embrace diverse viewpoints and expand your understanding. The fourth is patience in thinking. Resist the urge for hasty conclusions. Prioritize reasoning over emotion, allowing time for thoughtful reflection before making decisions. The next is intellectual empathy. Develop the ability to appreciate different perspectives and empathize with others. Understanding their viewpoints can lead to constructive discussions and mutual respect. The sixth is intellectual humility. Recognize that you don't know everything. Embrace the idea that you can learn from anyone, regardless of their background or status. The last, intellectual perseverance. Stay committed to your critical thinking journey. Embrace challenges as opportunities for growth and continuously refine your skills. Incorporating these traits into your daily life can significantly improve your critical thinking abilities. Lastly, apply the same cognitive standards to yourself and others to ensure fairness in your evaluations. Key criteria include clarity, accuracy, relevance, depth, and breadth. Always ask detailed questions to improve clarity in your thinking and assess the logic behind your arguments. In conclusion, let's work together to enhance our critical thinking skills for a better society. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights. Your journey to critical thinking mastery begins now, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.